Welcome to the NXT September 17th edition. We are the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
It's your boy ABE from DET.
I'm Chuck Jordan.
All right, so this week of NXT, every backstage segment actually meant something, and that's something we talked about before. The difference between NXT and the main roster, there were no throwaway sessions. So we get it started with the first thing. It opens up with a contract signing of Ethan Page and Trick Williams for their match for the NXT title. And Trick Williams is out there waiting for Ethan Page. He came out, and Ethan Page baited Trick Williams and got him angry right away and got him to talking. And as he was talking, he kicked Trick Williams in the stomach and put him through the table. Like we said, every time there is a contract signing, somebody goes through a table or a table gets flipped. But what did you think of this? Was this the proper way to start off NXT? Chuck.
Yeah, I loved it, especially the fact that I like how he really got Trick thinking. He was like, the best thing about me winning was your face, everyone's face. Everyone was in shock. You were in shock. He said, but I knew I was going to win. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
That's your boy, Abe. You like the way this started out?
I love it, man. But one thing that is starting to become a red flag with me, when Trick was on the chase for the title, I felt like he was building, he was gaining momentum, he was becoming a huge star. People were loving him, and they still do. But me personally, I feel like it peaked, man. And week after week, he just seems to be less and less credible to me. And tonight was no different, man. I don't know. I'm all of a sudden on Ethan's side. I like Ethan, but now I'm just on his side where I want him to retain, man. I want him to represent this new brand, not Trick so much, man. That's just the vibe I get. I mean, how you just gonna get kicked that easily, tossed through a table? Like, he didn't even beat you down. He just put you up in the move. You couldn't have shook out of that. They would just looked at weak to me, man.
Yeah, he definitely caught him off guard, and I kind of agree with you too on that. I think it would be best if Trick went on and head up to the main roster so he can work his way up again.
Yep.
And build up that momentum again. And I think it's Ethan Page's it's his division to run away with. So
100%.
I don't disagree with the Trick should be done and Ethan should win, but Trick started this statement of, I just went through hell with Butch. Sorry, I just went through hell with Pete. I'm still hurting from fighting Pete.
Facts.
He even touched his ribs. So when Ethan kicked him, and said stomach slash ribs,
you
can tell why Trick was already. Baby faces, since we've been kids, baby faces always get goaded in by the bad guy. They always get tricked into the so it's. I wasn't mad at Trick for this, especially like I said, because we did see him go through a hell of a match with Pete. And he said he talked about it at the beginning of the promo. Like, shout outs to Pete, but hey, I'm on the bigger and better things. And Ethan, go to the men. As soon as he stood up, he kicked him in them same hurt ribs, which is what
paying
you're supposed to
attention
do
to
as a heel.
detail. I like that.
Which is what you're supposed to do as a heel. Yep.
All right. And speaking of paying attention, I think they've been paying attention to us because there was a backstage segment with Hammerstone that happened after the Oba Femi match. And Tony D said, hey, man, I paid you to take care of him. You didn't take care of it. He said, hey, Oba's a monster. And if you're supposed to be the Don, why don't you take care of him? And that's exactly what we said last week. You're supposed to be the Don. Why aren't you taking care of Oba? Why are you paying people? So he said, you know what? Hammerstone, I'll handle you tonight. So they set up a match for later on. Abe, you called it. I think they've been watching this, man.
Another one of my favorites looking like a sucker. I don't know what's going on, man. As soon as I start to like him, Shawn Michaels like, you know what? Nah, it's something in the air.
Chuck, your thoughts on this?
I honestly knew what was going to happen before it even happened, and I don't know if we want to just go ahead and just bulldoze on to what eventually happened, or if we want to hold it off. But I already saw it from just this alone. Like, I'm willing to fight you because you lost to the guy that I'm want.
Yeah. Well, so we will get to that because that is the match after this one. But this match next was Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley versus Wendy Chu and Rosemary. And Tatum and Lyra had the advantage for most of the match. And then Rosemary, um, she took Lyra out and then hit Wendy, like then hit Rosemary, hit Tatum Paxley with his mean spear and almost got the 3 count. Tatum Paxley got her foot on the ropes. They turned it back around. Lyra pulls Wendy Chu out the ring, kicks her, and then hit her, which I really like this move. It's called the Psycho Trap. And then they ended it with Lyra hitting Rosemary with the leg drop and getting the 3 count. I think they work really well as a tag team. And I think pairing them up with Wendy Chu and Rosemary was a really good move. I really enjoyed this match. Chuck, what did you think of this match?
This match only made me wish that the NXT women had their own tag team belts.
I agree.
Because there's so many women in NXT that they don't need the main roster jump back and forth belt here. They have a solid division where they can hold their own.
And I honestly feel like there would not be a title change from 2 NXT, like an NXT tag team going up against the main roster. Nobody's going to ever expect there to be a title change. But Abe, you enjoyed this match as much as I did as well?
Yeah, I definitely did. And one thing that I starting to really like, and I know it's not an NXT person, but Rosemary is growing on me, man. It's something about her size, her look. Like, I give Wendy Chu a lot of grief for being a wannabe spooky chick, but Rosemary is that vibe. She just comes off naturally like that gothic villain, nightmarish type figure. Whereas Wendy just is like too cartoonish with it, man. But I like Rosemary a lot. If anything from this match I gained was much respect from Rosemary.
Yeah, I agree. I've always liked Rosemary when she was in TNA on that tag team that they had together called Decay, and it was she was pretty good then. Now this is the match that we were talking about with Tony D versus Hammerstone, and Tony D starts the match off by giving the hands to Hammerstone. Then Hammerstone gets angry and hulks out. And then it takes Tony D with a belly to belly and throws him over his head. And then you see the look on Tony D's face like he's discouraged. So he gets out the ring. You think he's going to regroup. And he decides to just walk to the back and take the count out. And leaving the fans and the family confused. Chuck, how'd you feel about this, man? I'm liking this storytelling. But what about
like
you?
I said, I'd already saw the pages turning from the last time. Because remember we said the last time it was like it's either A, you don't want no parts of that man, or B, you going backwards in the scales. You're supposed to be the boss. You take care of things, and you're doing the whole mob thing backwards. But like I said, I don't know if we try to bulldoze ahead and just give it away, but they pretty much. If I'm blah 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 of Oba, even though Oba beat you, but now you doing me like Oba did me, I'm still blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Which is the reason he walked out.
Hey.
Y'all like Hammerstone, man. Hammerstone, I thought he was a little steroid head last week.
Yeah.
But his character, the more you get to see these people, the more their characters come out. That's what wrestling is all about. You just can't judge them off one night. So he was growing on me too, but Tony D'Angelo, man, I don't know, man. I just, if they are leading me to believe that this story is going to make him confident enough to beat Oba, I will be disappointed. Somebody with a soul like this, question himself, should have no business in the ring with the ruler. Someone who is sure of themselves, confident, knows who they are, and is wrecking shop. So I don't care where this story is headed. It better not be Tony D'Angelo, the next North American champion.
Yeah, definitely not in this state.
No,
Not Tony D in this state.
not in this state.
But as they were leaving, the commentators also puzzled and they're trying to figure out what's going on with Tony D. Zachary Wentz comes out with a mic and says, "Sorry to interrupt, but I have to show this footage." Tells the guy in the back to show the footage, and then you see Wes Lee running up on Trey Wentz running up on Trey Miguel as he's getting in his car, and he attacks him, slams his arm in the door a couple times, and then runs off. And they said, "That's the reason why we couldn't compete last week, and you'll have to see me next time in Chicago on the CW. I will see you, and I will end this." So we got we got this feud that's fueling on, and I'm gonna say it. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about Wesley as a heel, but I'm really liking Wesley as a heel, and I understand his motives of what he says, and he tells us later on tonight. Abe, what were your thoughts on this segment?
I'm glad they explained it. There was a lot of rumors going around about what's going on with Trey. I was afraid. Somebody made a rumor talking about it was a domestic violence situation. I said, "Oh, not again, not again." But I'm glad it was just part of the storyline. Wesley, I'm not gonna give him a verdict yet. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% on board yet, but I'm getting there. He got to do something sadistic. He got to. Maybe I just watched him for too long as a baby face, a squeaky clean guy. This is just hard for me to get used to, but I need some more time, man. I can't 100% be all in with the heel run just yet.
Chuck, how do you feel about this Wesley heel persona?
I like it.
Yeah, I think it gives him a little bit more of an edge. What did you think of this whole segment with Trey Miguel, them explaining why he missed?
I didn't like the whole "you got to see this" thing, but at the end of the day, it also does explain what happened. But y'all could have just showed the video early on.
Yeah,
you don't have to don't have to have somebody run out and show the video. Just show the video.
Right. Yeah, like they do. Like, hey, we received this video from during the commercial break type of deal. They
not even one of those. It could have just been, "Here's what happened last week, the reason why," and they show the video. There's so many ways you could throw the video in without. Let's explain to you guys at home what's going on. No, like it's, we just received this footage, blah blah blah. This is the reason, blah, boom, bam, show it, keep on moving.
Yeah. They could have did a little bit differently. I do agree. They could have did it that way. But I think they just wanted to give Zachary Wentz some time on the camera to cut his promo, which is something he probably could have did on X, or Instagram, like Wesley did later on in the night that they showed. But after this whole thing, they had another backstage segment where the competition between Stevie Turner and Mr. Stone to try to get the attention and approval of Ava. So Mr. Stone brings in Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers to help get this contract signed between Trick and Ethan Page. And I'm like, okay, I'll rock with it. I see where they're going with this. And then, so he says he's going to get it done, and he walks off, and then they immediately have a promo with the fatal. What is it? The
fatal influence.
I want to say fatal attraction.
I do too. Every time I do. Every time.
Fatal influence. Cutting their promo and immediately showing Lola Vice and Jada Parker having an exchange because Lola is fighting JC Jane later on the night, and she said, "I don't want you there. I don't need your help. I can handle it myself." So we'll see where that goes later on in the night. Now, Ashanti Theodonis versus Eddie Thorpe, and Ashanti was giving it to Eddie Thorpe the entire match, and then he got too cocky. He gave some young lady a flower earlier in the night when he was coming into the ring, and then he was blowing kisses and paying attention to her, and then he went for a splash and he missed, and Eddie capitalized and put him away with his DDT finisher. I like the fact that Ashanti Theodonis actually got that much offense in up against Eddie Thorpe, because before then, he, like I said, he's been being booked like a jobber. So, Abe, I think you agree with me that he looked pretty good this match, aside from him getting distracted.
Yeah, I've been liking Adonis. I like his character. I wish he was this a little more when he was up in SmackDown. Maybe he'd have still been there.
Yeah.
But then again, he was being outshined by the group and all. But him on his own, being this character, I'm feeling it, man. But he just like Jay, getting distracted by them little half gallons of milk. Them little half gallons of milk could get you put in jail, man. I'm telling you, you gotta watch it. But yeah,
Chuck, you agree with Abe? Did you
No.
like you didn't like the way he
No.
looked out there in his
A
ring?
jobber's a jobber. He looked like a jobber. At the end of the day, look, hey, there's two columns. Matter of fact, there's three. There's wins, losses, and ties. Jobbers are L's. He got another L. So at the end of the day, if he ain't got no dub, he's still a loser, which means you're still a jobber. Get off my screen. I ain't got time for it.
Hey man, he was getting outshined by Swerve though when he was in the group. Everybody was, so
everybody.
That's kind of hard to overcome.
Look,
but
I'm talking about since he's been in NXT. He's a jobber. He's still a jobber. Once a jobber, always a jobber. Get him off my screen.
Yeah, he definitely got to get some wins, but at least they gave him some offense this time.
Right.
Once a jobber, always a jobber. Get him off my screen. If you ain't gonna get no dubs, get off my screen.
All right, I'll take it, man. You heard that, Ashanti. Get some wins or get off the screen.
No, just get off my screen. Just stay off my screen.
Chuck don't want to see you.
And leave them little half gallons of milk alone, man.
So the next one, we got a promo from Thea Hale and Riley Osborne about Ridge Holland saying that he betrayed everybody and he proved everyone that said he was no good right. And Riley is going to handle him next week on NXT. Riley's not going to handle him. I don't think he is, man.
No.
Chuck, you don't think so either?
No, absolutely not.
Riley's going down as well.
Thea's
he's going to destroy the whole university.
Thea's next.
Yeah, get
going
Thea.
through all of them.
I don't know how they're gonna end this, but if Riley does get taken out, it's all on Thea, man. It's all on Thea. Thea got to take him out.
All right, look, let's go old school. Let's get a table.
He gonna put Thea to a table.
Let's get Thea. And let's Mae Young this piece. Let's go. Come on.
The Mae Young.
The way I look at this storyline, if Chase U is a real school, then what's his name? Ridge Holland is a mass shooter right now. He is taking out all classmates. That was a little too far, but you know what I mean. A little
bit, but yeah, I got you. So, all right. So after we had that sad segment, because we know it's going to end in tragedy, we had CM Punk. CM Punk shows up in NXT and says he has an announcement, but then he tells how.
Sorry,
I gotta let you. I was gonna let you finish, but go to personality. All right. So CM Punk comes out and he expresses how much he loves NXT. While he was healing, he was coming out and he was watching the matches and he was trying to hide from the fans and they kept spotting him. But he really was out there, even though he enjoyed it, he's scouting his future competition. And right before he gets to give his announcement, Roxanne Perez comes out and then she tells everybody what they already know, that she was a CM Punk fan growing up but she was a bigger AJ Lee fan, which we've already said she's mini AJ Lee. And then she tells him, but you know what? I should have been a Drew McIntyre fan, and Punk should stay home and don't even come to Chicago because after she beats Julia, it's going to be her town. And then CM Punk says, you know what? I appreciate your overconfidence, but because of that, you're going to lose to Julia on October 1st. And then Julia makes her way to the ring and says, you have 2 weeks left. And then drops the mic. And then turns around, and as Roxanne tries to hit her with the title, CM Punk stops her. Julia smirks, walks back in her face, and then walks off. If you weren't excited for this match between Roxanne and Julia before, I think this really amped it up a whole lot. Abe, I see you enjoyed this probably just as much as I did.
Man, Roxanne is the truth. The truth. When CM Punk was out there, I was like, oh, I wonder what guy. I did not think a woman was coming, but when she came, I was like, thank God she did, because there is no man that could have been in that situation with CM Punk. There is only one main star truly in NXT. The top dog is Roxanne Perez, man. So it made perfect sense. And then also seeing this interaction, Roxanne not losing to Julia. She's not losing to her, man. That's not going to happen, man. Julia's not ready, man. She's going to put on a good show, but she's not ready to be champ. It's too many women out there with better characters right now that's already developed. And
yeah, that's been there longer.
It's been there longer. She's going to do a good showing, but she will not be the next NXT champion.
Chuck,
so
this is I'm pretty sure this put her, if not for sure, as one of your angels for this week. This definitely put her in the running.
Hey, man, you can't predict me, man. You can't predict me. You can't predict the weather.
This one, like Roxanne, is something else, man.
To be
That
honest
was
with you,
amazing.
To be honest with you, as great as this promo is, and y'all know I love Roxanne her promo, this did nothing for me.
What?
No. Because if you ask Abe, I've already been gun-ho about this match since she said, yeah, me, CW. And Roxanne stood there. Like, I was already ready. So there's no hyping me up any more than what I am.
Okay.
I'm already ready for this match.
Oh, okay, I get
So,
you.
I love your accent. I love your Julia accent.
You,
Thank
man,
CW.
CW.
That's what she said. Ain't that what she said? Yeah. CW. I was like, ooh. And Roxanne had already cut the promo before. Was like, there's no one greater than me. Y'all. Everybody has a story, and they all fall. Yeah. And I was like, yes, take my money. So this did nothing for me. I understand they got to hype some other people up, but I'm already at a 12. So it's like I'm already on 12. So I don't need no more hyping. To me, this was just a waste of CM Punk.
I agree. That was well said. I agree.
I don't say it's a waste to CM Punk. I think it elevated Roxanne a lot more because she looked CM Punk right in his face, and she just proved to everybody how great she is. Like, I don't disagree.
Rob, she's already hurt.
Yeah,
she don't need no more. Like, she don't need no CM Punk rub. She's already hurt.
She that girl.
This was a waste of CM Punk.
Loki, I think CM Punk said, "Look, I want her to come out and do this." I think he asked for this for real. Like,
he probably did, but it was to me it was.
If anything, I think it hurt Julia a little bit, man, because the more we see of Roxanne, the less everyone looks, man. So when Julia came down the first time, it was nice and mysterious. The second time, still mysterious. Today, it just looked a little goofy to me. Like, get your dumb ass to the ring, man. It's Roxanne in there waiting for you. I don't know. I just don't, like I say, I don't have a story. I don't have emotions attached to Julia. All I got is hype from the internet. Yeah, so I'm not invested in her character yet.
And like that's what I said. To me, I was already on 12. You don't have to hype me up no more.
Right.
When she said you meet CW, I would never even brought her back out other than she got matches.
Thank you.
Don't bring her back out when she has a match.
Right.
Like when she fought Chelsea, knocked her in the knee, and just walked off. I'm like, yes. Like she's showing action behind her words. She's
Right.
already called you out, and like I said, Roxanne cuts the best promos ever. So she's already hurt. She didn't need this. To me, this was just a waste of CM Punk.
Yep.
Well, I think I guess we have to agree to disagree on that one. I think it shows the fear.
You're not voted right now. It's 2-1. Right?
I know.
Move on to the next
I'm just
segment.
saying. I just feel like it was the it showed the fearlessness of Julia a little bit to me. I liked it.
Yeah.
2-1 round. Next time, what happened next?
The disrespect. All right. So speaking of the disrespect, though, backstage, Kalani Jordan was doing an interview saying that anybody from Fatal Influence want to step up the challenge and put their money where their mouth is and come for a title. She's ready for them. And Ren Sinclair had a talk with Charlie Dempsey early in the night, and he said, "Hey, you need to make something of your own and make your own opportunities." So she did. She came out and said, "Hey, I talked to Charlie. He said make my own opportunity." And then she slaps Kalani in the face and takes off running.
Bad move.
And Kalani chases after her. So
I liked it. This is funny. It was entertaining. Yeah. That was good. That was good TV.
Because everybody likes Ren Sinclair because she comes off just so nice. She said, hey, he said I had to make an opportunity, so here I go. Slap. And then ran off.
Right.
So that was bad move, Chuck. Yeah, I agree. It was a bad move. Because you don't want to make Kalani mad. She's nice until she's mad. So then right after that, we have the family confronting Tony D, trying to say, yo, what is wrong? Like, what, you just walked off? Like, what's going on in your head? And he admits that he is afraid of Obafemi.
I'm afraid.
And
that man's a monster.
He's not human. And I can't beat him.
He's a machine. I can't beat him. Crybaby ass.
So I'll let you go first, Chuck. Since you've already...
I said it. I remember his exact speech. I'm afraid, okay? That man's a machine. He's a monster. He's not human. I'm afraid. I can't beat him.
I second everything Chuck said. I have no grief with what he just said. I agree 1,000%.
He said, crybaby.
Crybaby.
So yeah, it's definitely making Tony D is not ready, man.
No.
He's
not Tony D anymore.
He is
Anthony
D'Angelo.
Yes.
All right. Well, Anthony D'Angelo, he walks off after he tells everybody he's afraid. And
go get back in that velour jumper. Get out of that sweet uniform. Go back in that dumbass jogging suit.
Yeah. You got to go in the jogging suit to get his confidence back. I don't know what's going on, but so we had our match with Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne of the No Quarter Catch crew versus Javon Evans and your boy Cedric Alexander.
Another jobber.
So
there's only one thing I like about Cedric Alexander, and that's his what is that, lumbar check?
Yeah, the lumbar check.
Oh yeah, that's
everything else sucks, but the lumbar check is sweet. I have to give him credit for the lumbar check. Other than that, you suck, my friend.
But I don't think Cedric sucks, but I do think that he's been being booked pretty bad recently. But they had really good chemistry, him and Javon Evans, and they look good. And
he used to go to catering, fam.
He looked like he's been in catering too long, so he was he was a little bit hefty. He was a little bit hefty, but they did get the win after Ren Sinclair got chased and attacked by Kalani Jordan. She gave her that receipt with 5 knuckles to the jaw, which
3 punches.
3 punches? I saw 1. I didn't know. I just saw her chasing her after that. Oh,
she
yeah.
Stopped her, hit her. Stopped her
again,
hit her again. Stopped her, and on the way to the back, she hit her again. 3.
Miles Bourne was distracted and got hit with that lumbar check by Cedric Alexander. Then he tagged out, and Young OG did his corkscrew splash thing that he does and got the 3 count. And directly after the match, Randy Orton tweets that he wants to see Young OG and give him an opportunity on October 8th in St. Louis. That is an extremely great opportunity for Javon Evans to get in the ring with Randy Orton. I'm excited for him, and that should be a great match. Abe,
I'm
you
not. This is going. This is going. He needs to. Whoever the agent is of this match needs to hide Javon Evans' weakness, which I always say this. His striking is horrible to me. And Randy is one of the greatest strikers ever. So how are you going to even stand a chance? Like, I just don't
This is a
like that.
horrible booking.
This
This
is
is
well,
horrible.
he's going to
horrible.
lose. He's going to lose.
Horrible.
But
First they
as
I honestly think the only reason that they picked him is because he's a high flyer, and we all know RKO's from out of nowhere look great off of high flyers.
Oh, that's a great point.
That is going to be
That
great.
is a great point. Hopefully he do that corkscrew thingy Ron was talking about and then get
And get
his
caught with
ass
it.
RKO.
I'm excited to see it and I'm excited for Javon Evans because I think getting in the ring with Randy Orton, that means he's going to get reps leading up to the match, and Randy is going to help him make his weaknesses some strengths, and it's just a good look for him. Was he like 21, 22 or something like that?
Who's the idiot who's holding the trophy?
Oh, Charlie Dempsey.
Okay. Cedric Lombard checked the one guy, jumped out on the other guy. You are standing there because there was three of y'all. You're standing there with the trophy. The trophy isn't in your arms; it's on the ground. Why didn't you interfere?
Because he didn't want to get the disqualification.
That could be.
I would take a disqualification over a loss.
Over the L. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's me. I'm taking the disqualification over an L.
Maybe he wants
like
them
we
to
said,
earn
L's
it.
build up is jobbing. I'd rather take a tie or just.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And he looks stupid standing there because when they showed the camera,
He was shocked that Ren Sinclair was getting her butt kicked all the way back to the dressing room. That's what that was about.
Right.
Ron, stop making excuses for them.
I don't know, man. The most important thing is Cedric Alexander got to win. I'm happy.
One thing I want to state though, one thing before we get off, I want y'all to just think about this. A few weeks ago, Randy was standing next to Gunther and made him look little. Imagine what he is about to do to this little bone, this little toothpick. This is ridiculous, right?
Yeah,
no,
he is.
To me, if Randy was coming down, Randy should have did something like, I don't know, special guest referee a match. Not fight.
I'm actually trying to think of who could have Randy fought. But that's nobody.
I would have had Randy fight nobody.
I want him, I think he should give somebody a rub. I just don't think Javon was the guy. I might have rather seen him fight Ty Dillinger, maybe. I don't know.
Well, Sean Spears, I think he's
Spears.
nursing an injury.
Oh, yeah, he is
He
wrestling.
just gave Gunther a rub. He just gave Gunther the rub.
Right. Oh, well, we'll see.
And now, then we got A-Town Down Under supposed to be coming down to fight.
I was about to say, speaking of giving the rub, we find out later that A-Town Down Under.
My bad.
A-Town Down Under is giving the rub to the Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They will be facing them. Was it the same thing November 8th? They just setting up the St. Louis show to be a really big show. So that's good for them. But Dion Lennox, speaking of Sean Spears, faces Brooks Jensen, who has Sean Spears in his corner. And Lennox displayed a lot of power and athleticism as we've seen before, but the experience of Brooks Jensen and Sean Spears, knowing how to get into their opponent's head, was too much. And Jensen gets the win. I thought this was a solid match. I think anytime that Dion Lennox gets to go out there and kind of show his character a little bit more is good for him. And right now, Brooks Jensen, a little bit, he's a student that comes out with his glasses, and then he takes his glasses off. He switches gears. But he needs developing, so that's why I say
he's developing.
Anytime he gets out there,
sometimes
he gets to get out there and kind of go and tweak and grow. It's good for him.
I'm a little too harsh on NXT. I need to pull it back, and I'm watching it too much and putting too much on them. This is developmental. I got to give them some room to grow. I Can't expect them to come out the gate a superstar. So you're right, Ronti.
I don't expect him to be a superstar, but how do I
He
say
should
this
just
the
be.
right way?
You should say he should be on level up until he get it together.
He should have fought the jobber.
He should have. He
You don't
should
you
have
don't you
fought
don't put you don't you don't
Ashanti.
you keep you guys around, especially on TV. This is TV. Like, he looked weak. As strong as he is, he looked weak against him. You're not helping him by making him look weak. He looked like a jobber in this match.
Fact.
If anything, you should have had two jobbers fight each other. He should have fought the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, either way it goes, it looks good for Brooks Jensen. That's what that was about, then.
Hey,
that was about making. That was about making him look better.
Bury people. Sometimes they bury somebody. Sending my man with glasses already in the catering. And you being a guy who wears glasses should understand that they're trying to send him to catering.
Send him to catering with the glasses. Yeah, you can't come to you got to put the shade somewhere where nobody can get it. You can't leave it in the ring.
And they should have talked to him about no, you're not going to do that. When he stepped on my man's arm with the glasses, they kept looking back to see when he was coming. I'm sorry. I understand developmental, and I love the NXT because it's developmental, but you know me, hey, you got to work on hiding the fact that you're playing for the camera. And if you're on camera, they need to do better at teaching you, don't sit here with your hand on his wrist, keep looking back to see when it's coming. If anything, you should look at the guy who you're looking at and yelling at him, and he'll give you a sign or a cue of that he's coming. You don't have to keep looking back. I don't know, man. I feel like that's. And he was the only one tonight. I just was like, why did they have him in this match? He's not ready. He's not ready for that type of match. Right. Especially we in the final hour now.
Right.
Yeah, and if you're watching this, Sean, I guess got to send him back to level up. Let him get some more reps until he gets that together. But we were talking about Wes Lee. Wes Lee gives his explanation later on X, where he says that he eliminated Trey. He took Trey out to eliminate Zach's insurance policy, so it can just be him versus Zachary Wentz with no outside interference, and he blames Trey for his loss. And honestly, it's smart.
Yeah,
I can't knock him for that. It makes sense. But next match was your girl Lola Vice versus JC Jane, and Lola Vice starts the match by kicking Jasmine off of the apron and completely gives it to JC Jane. They tried to interrupt and distract her. It was no match. Lola Vice dominated this match, and afterwards she got jumped for it, which we expect. They played the numbers game, and then Jada Parker came out and then handles all three of them herself. And then Lola and Jada gets into it because she said, I told you I didn't need your help. And they have to separate them. So they're just building that whole animosity thing so they can team them up, and they can do that whole little team up where they don't like each other, and you got the blind tag by smacking them. And, it's going to be pretty entertaining. I'm looking forward to it. But what did you think of this segment, Abe? You think it's setting up for something pretty good?
100%. And if you've been watching X is getting pretty popular for announcing some news. But on X, Jade and Bianca made it be known that they are coming down to defend their tag team titles. They are building up Lola and Jada to be that team to go against Jade and Bianca. I can see that a mile away. And when that happens, brother, giggity goo. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Chuck, what are your thoughts on this whole segment?
I don't know if it's because of the truce or what's going on, but you ain't never lied, my brother. Okay. Woo! Take my money. No, I feel that's this right here is another reason I was like, they need their own tag divisions in NXT. The women need their own tag divisions because I can't.
Hopefully,
I'm
that's
hoping,
coming, man.
And then we've seen Jada and Lola when they both were heels kind of take the same side, and then now they're both getting slowly turned into faces. I
I
guess.
don't. I take it. I don't want it to come. I want the tag team titles to go to Raw. I want them to go to NXT and then bring up a women's secondary title for the main roster for Jade and all them to play with and keep them busy. I don't even think a tag team division should be on the main roster. That's just no. Let NXT have that whole division to themselves.
Well, there are some women
too.
tag teams that maybe they can compete for the tag titles in NXT. Maybe that's a good look too.
That'll be good too.
Yep. I think there was a bad look, and it was a Vince McMahon move, as we know, to unify the titles and make it one.
Definitely.
And I think that Triple H is trying to, and Sean are slowly trying to correct that without doing like a move where they just bring it back automatically. So maybe that's what they're working up to do. So if that's what they're doing, I'm all for it.
Bring it back automatically.
Yeah.
Because I get back in the day, you really didn't have any women, but now it's
a lot.
But before we head to the next segment, can we just give a special shout out to those leggings that Jada was wearing? I mean, hello.
Do you have a clap? Do you have a clap button?
I don't. I'm sorry. Nothing is loaded. I'm all off.
You just gotta
go. Yeah.
He said.
There you go.
I'm holding my phone.
Yeah. So so speaking of, we were talking about the Tony D thing, and Rizzo comes back to Tony D and gives him a heartfelt pep talk and tell him that we all believe in you, the family believes in you, and I think she made me believe in him too. I think I believe in Tony just almost as much as I believe in Joe Hendry, but not as much. Not as much.
I know it was a setup.
But no, I think this was pretty good. I personally thought this was a pretty good segment. They are leaning into making Tony D a babyface again, and this is their way of doing it. And I honestly think it might work. I think it might work, and I think Rizzo being the heart was the key to make this work. So I personally think it's going to help. It just depends on these next couple weeks, how they build them up throughout these next couple weeks in segments or however they do it. But Chuck, this didn't make you believe just a little bit.
No, I'm ready to talk about what next.
Yeah. Hey,
let's go to the next segment.
Did this make you believe just a little bit?
Not at all. And I hope Rizzo and them jump him and kick him out the family.
No.
Next segment.
All right. Next segment is your favorite segment. It's the end. It was the end. It was Tyrese Halliburton came out. Of course, he took shots at the Orlando Magic because they're in Florida. And I think that was a bad idea for him to do that because he introduced Trick Williams and Trick Williams dapped him up and he got booed. Like, that's a bad move. You can't have him come out, talk junk about the Orlando Magic while you're in Orlando and then have your babyface come and dap him up talking about how cool he is. Like, that wasn't going to work. But Ethan Page came out and said, if I'm the Boston Celtics and I'm going to be victorious and continue to carry this company on my back, then he signs a contract. And then Tyrese is leaving the ring and says, oh, yeah, one more thing. Hit the music. And CM Punk comes out. And he makes the announcement that he is the special guest referee for their match in Chicago. And he says, the only rule is to listen to the official. And since I'm the official, you guys can go ahead and fight right now. And then they start fighting. Security came, held them back. And it's chaos, absolute chaos as NXT is going off the air and CM Punk is sitting back smiling, watching the chaos go down.
Why?
Why?
Why? Let's talk about why.
Because CM Punk is an instigator.
We get that. If the rules of the match is to follow what the referee says, and the ref has said, kill each other, why is security down here?
Because security don't have
that's
to
the rules.
Security apparently don't have to listen to the official.
That was Ava. Ava won't order on her show, man.
She said no. You are not gonna have me looking like Adam Pearce.
The referee then, if that's then why you get him going with it, right? Am I
Yeah,
the only
yeah. I see
one?
where
Like,
you're going. I see where you're going.
if we CM Punk, we ref, yeah, sure. And then he goes to the ring and pulls the stunt. You can't then send security. No, it's you go off the air with them fighting, sort of like how Judgment Day did yesterday. You just let
Right.
them fight until they go off the screen. Don't bring no
And,
security down.
and if we talk about diving deep into the whys of why they doing some things, why a couple of months ago you dogging Seth Rollins for being a referee and now you're a referee? Well, did anybody forget him booing Seth for
Look
I
in
being a
didn't.
ref?
my eyes.
Are we just
What do
supposed
you
to forget that
see?
whole segment where he was dogging Seth for being a ref and now he is? But
I think this is all feeding into Seth Rollins
Hey,
coming back and
yeah,
calling CM Punk out for all his hypocrisies.
yeah.
at the end of the day, this is 50 Cent, man. 50 Cent talked about Ja Rule making girl tracks. And then what he turn around and do? Make girl tracks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought this was an okay. They've been cooking for like the last few weeks. This one it sizzled.
It was a
It
little,
sizzled.
yeah, it was, but it was
And
developing. It was
see,
more
But it was
storytelling developing.
yeah.
It wasn't
So
and I will,
action.
and
because
I will say this before I get off. This was a good use of CM Punk, and they should have waited till now to bring him out. This would have been a hell of a closer if we didn't know he was there and he came out at the end as a special guest referee. We didn't need him for the Roxanne. Y'all could have just took that whole segment out.
they
Right.
should have had AJ Lee during the Roxanne thing. I would have been
Ooh.
interested in that more
Good
than
luck with
CM
that
Punk.
though. That's gonna cost you
But
some money.
yeah, because she's running
We
that
ain't got that
wild
type
right
of
now.
money in
Yeah,
NXT, man.
she getting good money over there.
So Chuck, I'll let you go first. What was your ratings on a 1 to 10 scale for NXT today?
6.
Oof,
A 6.
oof.
Okay.
Nice D grade.
Wow.
Yeah. D
You
is
know
still
this?
passing though. D is still passing.
Yeah.
Barely, but it's passing. Abe,
Barely.
You know this peace
barely.
treaty. This peace treaty we on. It's bringing me and you closer, Chuck. I literally in my head, I said a 6.4. I said this is a D show. I was gonna have it as a C. I've never seen somebody come out in a contract signing, get put through a table, then come back out, and then like if he was real, like, do you think Stone Cold or one of them tough
Fam,
guys?
just say 6.
It's a
We're on
six.
6. Come on.
It's a
Thank
6.
you.
Jesus Christ. They made my
Yes.
boy Trick look stupid today, man. That's what
Stupid.
dropped it from
Dumb as
C
hell.
to a D.
I was
D.
giving it a 7, but because for the storytelling and the continuation of stories and the building that they were doing.
This was a
But
dumb show.
but since hearing what you just said about how they did Trick, I kind of agree, man. I got to give it a 6.5.
Hey, Austin would never come back out like, you stun me and I'm gonna keep it cool after going through a table. What?
Right.
He
Would have
just
said, yeah,
sat there like he
he
didn't
would have
just
been
go
like,
through a table.
Austin was like, bring him out here, let him sign. And then he would have stunned him. And then he would have
Right.
took his hand while he was unconscious and made him sign.
Yes, he
and
would
threw
have.
it in his face.
Come on, man.
But
He put you through a damn table.
y'all gotta make Trick look better next week.
Yes,
Don't
please.
have Julia come out and say anything next week. And then
Don't have her come out at all.
yeah.
Just let Roxanne cut a promo.
Right.
Roxanne's great at cutting promos.
And keep building Lola and Jada versus Jade and Bianca. I need that match, please.
All right.
You know, I think they're gonna do Bianca and Jade versus Lash and Travis Jackson.
No.
They're doing that first, I think. I don't know. They might do that first, but
see it coming.
We shall see what happens with that women's tag team title. As long as they keep booking the titles in matches, that's what matters.
Yep.
And Sasha Banks didn't leave for no reason. So, so we will catch y'all next time. We got Abe doing the A show, AEW Dynamite tomorrow. No, I like Dynamite. They've been doing some pretty good work. So I'll be checking in. And we have what's anything Thursday?
Talking of the week with Chuck. I mean Coach.
With Coach.
Coach.
Yeah.
Then Friday we have our SmackDown our SmackDown post show,
Review.
and then Saturday we got Ring Rants, right? With Abe and
Well, she on her own
I keep
now.
messing her name. Oh, she is. She's gonna do it on her own.
She's on the ring.
All
Right,
right,
she,
Minx.
she's starting a whole new thing. So yeah,
I'm gonna be looking forward to that, and then of course we get to find out who Chuck's Angels are on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah,
man.
So until next time, it's your boy Ryan T, the Icon.
Your boy ABE from DET.
I'm Chuck.
What
I'm
the
about to say
heck? You
Chuck,
are
man.
so
Come on, I don't know
stale
what's
today.
going on.
Media.